So, Mega Man Extreme 2. What a game. What a game that was yesterday. Oh my god. For those unaware, not in my Discord channel, I nearly canceled today's stream because I did not get sleep last night very well. Thanks all to Mega Man Extreme 2 being one of the worst Mega Man experiences I've ever had, and the stream running long, basically resulting in me streaming up until my bedtime with a game that raised my cortisol levels quite high, where it's just like, okay, now go to bed instantly right now while you're still miffed at the game being kind of bad. Like, I wasn't even like, I wasn't at like full fuming angry, anything like that. It's just like, if you do anything that's kind of annoying and then it's like, okay, you have to go to bed now, like, good luck trying to fall asleep. It's not gonna happen. So I tossed and turned for a while and then got some light sleep and then woke up at like 4 a.m. and then couldn't go back to sleep and got more light sleep, and then all of a sudden it was time for work and it was like, oh god, I'm not gonna make it through the day. So I ultimately had to like take half a sick day so that way I could just work PM and then be ready for today. So thankfully I got, a little bit more sleep at the time that I called off, but it was still kind of like, that's not how I wanted to start my week, especially after actually massaging my sleep schedule back to health over the weekend. So yay, I'm glad I'm not playing Extreme 2 anymore. I'm gonna get to play Freedom Planet 2 instead. Oh man. How long have I been playing Freedom Planet 2 at this point? I think I've been playing this game since like February. I don't mean to keep harping on like how long I'm playing this game, because I do still enjoy every bit of it, but I am also very much in the mood for something different on Tuesdays. I'm aching for that cave story coming up after this. But honestly, after doing Stream 2 last night, it's kind of nice just having a game that's consistently good like Freedom Planet 2 to do. So it's just like, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna play Nira tonight. Like, yeah, I can look forward to that at least. That'll probably be fun. I mean, it's not as like, I've heard she doesn't have quite the upwards mobility that, the other girls have, but I think it'll be fun nonetheless. Yeah, last campaign at least, right? We'll get to go on the cave story after this, but, still gonna enjoy my time here. I think it's just weird where it's like, shotgunning all of the stories back to back to back like this definitely makes it like a little harder to enjoy each one. But also, I know me, where if I stopped and said, oh yeah, I'll come back to do the other campaigns, after I play such and such for a couple weeks, like, I know I'm not gonna circle back to this, like, I'll forget, until it's like, oh yeah, I'll come back when I'm ready for more Freedom Planet, and then I'll be like, we're really aching for more of it, and then I'll completely forget about it, so it'll be like, uh-oh, it's been like a year and a half. Guess I need to play Lilac's story again to remember how the game goes. But no, it's good. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy not to have bosses that I could not possibly foresee having a way to dodge them, and control scheme that works. So, yippee. There we are. Let's get going with things. I'm gonna take one more swig of water. And welcome everyone to the stream. Alright, get the controller working here. There we go. At least the game has a cutscene gallery. I mean, I guess if you wanted to catch up on the story like that, that'd be good. I don't know, I don't think I've ever actually used like a cutscene gallery in any game that I've ever really played. I mean, that's probably not entirely true, but for the most part, it's like I'm not going back to watch cutscenes again. Unless it's like Mother 3, that game I will like probably still rewatch cutscenes over and over again, because man, that game is good and it's so emotionally heart-wrenching. Love it. Alright, Adventure, Nira, the Frost Knight. That's her official title? Okay, sure. Double jumping, staff, focus, frost arts, alright. Let's see, we'll start with expert on. I can take off the double damage when I get the opportunity. Honor guard off, no knockback. I have to remember what all this is for your vitals. No, cheaper continues off. Okay, nope, we're good. Alright. Tutorial time. Alright, so welcome to Avalis, follow the signs for Nira, gotcha. Okay, so moving left and right, of course. Yeah, jumping. Oh, she has a double jump. Okay, that's like... that's probably the simplest form of ascent possible. Okay, so she at least has as much vertical, the basic verticality that, like, Lilac does. Which, I mean, to be fair, Lilac's basic verticality does kind of come short every once in a while. But I'm sure there's more. Variety attacks depend on which direction you're holding. Okay, so we kind of got some Carol gameplay going here. Use the show moves to destroy the targets ahead and experiment with other directions. Holding right shoulder. Oh, she has a gun. for her side B, Nira wields a gun. Okay, so we got like stabbing. We have shooting from crouching. We have shooting from not crouching. Okay, we got kind of a zero charge slash type move here. Sounds good. Oh wow, and there's also, oh my god, and there's also different moves for all of our other specials too. Okay, okay, alright. Maybe the analogy to Zero wasn't actually so crazy. This might actually feel like playing Zero. Down to the buttons of like my basic attack, my basic sword slash being on right trigger, and my other stuff being on X, my secondary attacks. Frost starts depending on which direction you hold. Try freezing an enemy with her ice lasso. Oh, well, already did that. Beat the game to the jump. Only cutscene worth rewatching is Carol watching the Battlesphere commercial. I mean, that one's funny, but there's also a good, I think also rewatching at least Nira, with Lilac is really good. Like, Lilac delivers some hard fucking lines for, delivers some really hard lines in confronting Murga about, you know, the reality of the situation before her. Guarding to activate focus. While focus is active, attack speed is significantly faster, and she won't flinch. Oh, wow, so she can just power right through, huh? That's kind of crazy. Okay, and okay, focus takes up the energy meter, and it's gonna eat the whole energy meter. Okay. And it will make it so that way I can't really use my magic stuff. Okay, that might go out quickly. Okay. Generates over time to collect crystals and to attack foes. Okay. Alright. Also jump while rapid firing ice. Oh, cool. Oh god, and you have a dash attack too. You hold it. Okay, so you have to not hold a direction while in air to do that, and then if you hold it forward, you do that. Okay. Grab slopes and walls and ceilings. Okay, typical Freedom Planet direction. Okay, no, alright, so I kind of get Nira. I think I'm probably not going to do exactly well at this, because having too many moves kind of overloads my brain. But, yeah, no, the Mega Man Zero DNA is very much evident at this point, because... yeah, she has lots of techniques available to her to hit things in multiple directions, lots of special type moves, many different basic attacks, a double jump, and, you know, forward lunges, all that kind of stuff. Her speed's not exactly high, which is a little bit different, but, I mean, honestly, Mega Man Zero was a little too fast anyways, so... overwhelmingly powerful in combat, but have to navigate the actual platforming. Yeah, I mean, that seems fair. I think I'll enjoy that. Of course, having just played as Mila, it's probably going to be something to get used to, because Mila has just such good defense. Like, Mila is unique for having great defense while on the offense. I can already tell Nira has maybe a little bit of trouble actually staying with defense while on offense, but, like... to be fair, most characters don't have that benefit. It'd be kind of more like using Carol, less speed.
Looks like the Magister's mission will have to wait. Let's get this over with. I have business to attend to.
Who are you talking to, Nira? I don't think it can hear you. think, though, using that bottom attack, or that downward stab will be very good in taking care of some of those enemies that just have a little bit too much health for a standard stab. Ooh, also, that's very cool. Nira starts releasing ice below her to when she's going fast. Okay, and she actually can get a little bit more vertical height if you use your whole bar like that. Okay. Alright, so she doesn't have nearly the vertical challenge that I was expecting her to have. She has, like, about the same amount of vertical mobility as Lilac, which means I'm probably not gonna go full five potion slots into damage. I mean, I don't know. I'll see how it goes, but I may end up putting a little bit more into, just basic jump height, because I remember Lilac having some trouble with making, like, a lot of the basic jumps in the game. Oh, what's her climbing animation look like? Okay, pretty standard. She just kind of shuffles along. She doesn't get the cute buff that Nira and or that Carol and Mila do. Fair enough. Okay, she's like automatically jumping a little bit more while she's... I don't know what her hyper state is. Reconnecting successful. Okay, there we go. So it seems like YouTube had a little bit of a conniption again. Might need to catch up for a few seconds. Speed skates allows you to use frost art and focus without draining the meter. Okay, alright, so that would be what the thing is. Alright, I mean, that's probably pretty good. Allows you to actually really use Nira's combat potential to its fullest.
I'm confiscating this.
Oh yeah, and then also the whole thing of, like, if you're actually in combat a lot, then your focus meter is going to truly be good too. You can chain that really nicely. Okay. Well, it is kind of interesting. It does feel like it discourages you from actually using the dodge. Certainly a lot more than the other characters, which, I mean, is probably not a bad thing for variety, really. Because, like, it does kind of get, you know, while the dodge is certainly amazing for Freedom Planet 2, making the combat feel a lot more fluid, it does kind of also have the thing where, like, it's basically meta-defining, where, you know, unlike that Freedom Planet 1 was very much like, okay, you need to time your approach and your retreat very well to not get hit. So Nira maybe embodies that a little bit more, which makes her all the more appropriate for our last final playthrough, because yeah, I will now benefit from actually knowing boss patterns a little better. Okay, gotta remember I also have a airspeed dash like that to get forward. Sorry, I'm just mostly recounting all the stuff here in game because I'm going to need to tell myself so I can remember how to use it. I get acquainted to everything. Oh, okay. Actually, Nira does get some serious airspeed if you have a nice horizontal area like that. That's good to know. Just a shame that, you know, there are in fact actually walls in the way, so. Okay. Downward stab. Yeah, you can already see that I'm, like, way too used to just spamming the dodge button instead of, like, actually, you know, strategically fighting the enemies. Alright, we'll just sit back and fire, I guess. There we go. Alright. This will be interesting. Okay, so I'll have to both navigate the platforming effectively, and I will have to be much more effective at combat. Try much harder. Sure would be appreciated if Nira could I'm sure it would be appreciated if Nira could shoot some of that ice outside the screen for people to cool down here. Yeah, I can imagine it's definitely been getting kind of hot all around the areas. Like, currently, I mean, where I'm at, it's kind of like at a temperate, like 80 Fahrenheit. Not terrible, but I'm still not much of a summer person anyways. I prefer a little bit more spring-like weather. But then we might get rain to cause it to cool down again, so you never quite know. You know what? Let's yeah, I'll keep the double damage on. I was gonna take that off, but let's double down on the idea of I need to get better at playing games as Nira.
This must be it.
Time to jump scare the other protagonists.
Whoa, what are you doing here? Did your treehouse get wrecked too? This isn't about that explosion last week, right? It was an accident, I swear! I was just trying a new chemical compound that would change the color
Citizens
of my
confessing
clothes.
of their own free will.
Oh, okay.
But now that you've mentioned it, I'll have you file a little report once we return to Shang 2.
Oh, okay. We return? Don't tell me.
The Magister has summoned you all for an audience.
I said don't tell me.
The Magister wants to see us? But why?
We're safer discussing this at the palace. Come.
Well, what if we don't wanna? You did kinda crash our unscripted sleepover.
It would be unwise of you to refuse.
I will shank
Right,
you
We're going
if you don't move the plot
You
forward.
heard the ladies.
Hold on a sec!
Make that 2 reports.
Hi, Lilac. What do you have to say from my perspective? We're ready when you are. We'll meet you outside the gate. Mila is really attached to this stump for some reason. She calls him Mr. Stumpy. Alright, way to state the obvious, Nira. But do you have something to say about the beauty of the area? No? Just that you can go down here for some reason? There's some still unexplained reason? Local merchant, okay. All the stuff about the crystals. Don't need to talk to every NPC again. Alright. Cool. I'll start actually talking about topics once the game
You will
is done with
travel to Shang
cutscenes
2
and
Palace
dialogue
and
reading.
meet with the Magister immediately. You will act with proper reverence. I will not tolerate any flippancy.
No
You
worries.
tolerate a lot more than you think, Nira. Tolerate people pulling carols. You tolerate people, talking about how they're going to run a laboratory in a very fun manner. All right, sweet. Wait, no, I want that. Me. Really is nothing under that bridge, huh? It's kind of weird for the fact that like it exists and like you can't get it. Or there's nothing there to get down there. No, the time doesn't really matter, but this is starting to get ridiculous. Come on. There we go. Sweet. Alright, cool. So, I don't know, let's see. A couple of things I could mention. I think I finally found a pizza place recently that I actually enjoy. So, I have been, ever since I moved to current location a couple years ago, I have just kind of struggled to, generally speaking, to find a pizza place that I'm, like, really into. Just because, like, living on East Coast USA is, why'd I say it like that? Living on the East Coast United States is kind of strange for me, because I, not much of a like East Coast pizza type person. Grew up in Chicago, so I like deep dish pizza. You can't really get that out here, at least not where I'm currently living. I'm sure with the right major metropolitan area it'd be possible, but I can't do that. So I've been kind of having to try to settle for like, other regional styles, and you know, while I don't want to eat a deep dish every single time, it's like, you know, I also have a desire for, like, tavern-style pizza, which is basically just, like, a thin crust but thicker, which sounds a little oxymoronic, but it's, like, mid-sized pizza, basically. And while I can't still exactly find that, I mean, I did find one place that was way too greasy. I did actually find a nice, place for like a Detroit-style pizza, which, you know what? That's technically Midwest. I will settle for it. It was very good. It had like burrata and pepperoni on there, and well, it came with hot honey, but it came with the brand of hot honey that I don't enjoy. So it's like, well, that's that's not as appreciated as I was hoping it would be. But you know, I find it ironic too, because like I've known this place is nearby me for a while, but I've not tried it because like I've taken one look at their menu, and it was very obviously one of those places that like clearly doesn't have a problem microwaving a bunch of stuff or having, you know, pre-made things on hand. Because like you take a look at their menu, and it's like very, very obvious from the rip that they're like, you know, they have like, you know, like a chicken tenders that look exactly like they come out of a bag that they'll heat up for you. They have like, you know, so like, you know, basic hot dogs and shit. And it's just like, okay, like you absolutely sourced half of your menu from the local supermarket, which isn't bad necessarily. Well, okay, for a restaurant, it's actually kind of bad. You should be making your own shit. Like, come on. But, you know, evidently they seem to care enough about the pizza and pasta that's in their name. Because, you know, they're, like, branded as, you know, place, pizza, and pasta. So, like, I guess they actually gave a shit about their pizza and pasta, which I really just did not expect. So now I actually have a place where I will maybe regularly order from and not be, like, kind of grossed out by it. I mean, this one, the pizza I had was still too greasy, but, like, I think that's partially my own fault for ordering something with burrata on it. Like, there's no way to not make a burrata pizza extremely greasy. Like, it's just literally going to come out of it. It's like, what does that stand for? Like, it's like cheese of some kind, or like a heavy cream. It's just going to ooze with fat. It's why you order it, so. But, yeah, that's good news in my department. Benefit of Nira's max running animation is makes it look like she's creating a pathway over the water. Yeah, I do like the her ice kind of skating animation that she's got going on there. It adds a lot of character. Yeah, it goes with her character. It makes it, you know, a little bit more unique in comparison to the others. Yeah, they all got their good touches. Get back up to the top path. I do like she also just ice skates everywhere, too. It's very, I mean, maybe you can tell, but I have a bias towards characters that can skate around everywhere. I don't know, maybe it's just part of my my internal design, too. I just find that to be a radical form of movement. Ever since, you know, ever since getting to see Shadow the Hedgehog's debut in Sonic Adventure 2. For all the things I don't like about that game, Shadow is not one of them. I love me some Shadow. So, yeah, his influence lives on in my character, and it's fun to see here in Nira, too. Oh god, get me out of here. Smash that guy down. Ow. Haha. Those bastards with their invincibility can't stand up to everything. Also, very weird they have a... I mean, it makes sense, but they have a dead spot right in the center of them. It's very hard to land on purpose, but it is useful if you really need to take those bastards out. Sigil has a spellcaster motif. Well, I mean, yeah, I think she just has a spellcaster motif totally. Like, just given the fact that, like, she is very explicitly someone with elemental powers already kind of does a lot to define someone in the spellcaster role. Mila kind of would. I think Mila would kind of fit under that role normally, but like I think it's more like she has these like innate powers that aren't like clearly related to like I don't know her staff in any kind of way. Like you know that kind of helps solidify it a lot too for Nira. Oh, missed that. Crash on a boat, son. I'm on a boat, yeah. Okay, and she can also air stall too, just like Carol can with some kicks. Okay. Okay, easy. Not that bad. I mean, this is one of the easiest bosses in the whole game. It basically just lets you wail on it for free.
You're pathetic.
Oh, you're pathetic. Okay, somebody's gonna enjoy that line. Fits right in character, though. Hey, Scorebar, welcome. Wait, this ain't Iceman. Yeah, not entirely. She's gonna say stop and freeze, probably, but not in the same inflection.
See my sweet moves back there? That guy was like roar, and I
Carol,
was like,
this is not your
and he was
campaign.
like, oh,
Please,
God,
sit
not
down.
the face. Oh, sorry. I think I was in a different part of the city. But what? Bam! All right,
That could be more thing to focus her ice
Good
powers.
thing we split
Yeah, I
up.
mean, it's true.
Nice and quick.
Well, that's not to
just
say that, like, a lot of
win.
other magic systems don't basically just treat the wand being, like, you know. There's a lot of other magic systems that treat wands more as, like, extensions of, like, the spellcaster's body. And, you know, a focus for their, magical powers. So, like, you know, the powers are still innate to her, but it's definitely kind of a cool focus for them. I'm going to a great chaining dojo. Okay, so everyone calls us Lieutenant. Alright, people keep mixing up the other guy. Oh, Slim Bears. Okay, so not everybody has something to say explicitly because I'm Nira. At least the first person recognized me as Lieutenant, but tourists you brought here, did they get lost? Okay, yeah. Hello, racist child. Any illnesses? May in the brain science. She's the crazy one. Wait, what did she have to say? Officer Grong stands at the ready. Tell me about Ascal. If you hear anyone that I'm jealous of the general spending more time with the mangy pup, that is definitely not true, ma'am. Alright. So we get at least a couple people who recognize and be like, oh, salute, it's Lady Nira. Oh, even he does. Sweet. Okay, that's a nice touch. At least everyone kind of, you know, stops to salute you rather than says hi. Just waves hi like everyone else would. There's the armory. I think I would know that. And the impression the staff itself was the source of the power because the sci-fi universe and spheres and are Earth Dragon tech. I could see that too. Yeah, I would believe that. I mean, especially given how like obviously icy it is, and the fact that you know when she's running forward, she's using the hold on, you know, she is using the spear to like paint ice in front of her. There's not enough space here to demo that, but you know, it's there's no real indication of like it coming directly from her. I mean, I guess kind of the tundra race somewhat, but it kind of feels more like okay, well, she's just spinning the staff. I think I personally like the headcanon of it just being from the spear rather than necessarily from her. She's just a really strong master at it, but you know, maybe there's also something about like, you know, oh, you know, the reason that she got recolored and she's more frost colored in this game is that she's gotten better at the you know, the cryo staff techniques and she's becoming more icy and elemental herself, blah blah blah. But, you know, I mean, given what this guy is saying, like, hey, can't give you a weapon you're not trained to use. Besides, I heard about your cryo staff. It's probably stronger than everything you have here. So, it probably is mostly the staff, just like how Carol has her jump disc. By the way, neat stuff. Hey, Gong, what do you got to say? Been a while since I saw those three. Kinda missed them. Oh, you're not gonna tell me about how you took credit for all the stuff they did? Part of me thinks we should be called kids that do our dirty work, but then the other part of me remembers these kids kicked alien butt and drove off Brevin off Avalis. Yeah, exactly, Gong. I mean, Gong knows, but Nira doesn't. Don't forget your guard button. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna forget. It's just that I can't continually use it.
Your Excellency.
Welcome. We appreciate
Some grounding in
your attendance
Eastern
on
martial
such
arts
short
too.
notice.
That probably makes
Why have you
sense.
brought us
I
here,
mean,
oh
it's
exalted
part of the
one?
whole theming of like
I am
the
sure
area
you are
anyway.
aware
So.
of the rise in creature attacks throughout Avalis. Our intelligence suggests that this is not.
Nira has a
coincidence.
largely trained
However,
mind
their
until she
connection remains a
gets
mystery.
big mad at
We
somebody
need
for
capable
walking
fighters
off
to
the
counter attacks
beaten
and
path.
discover their origin.
And she's like, I
Assist
cannot
us,
believe
and you
that
will
you
be
slightly
graciously
disobeyed my
rewarded.
orders.
What kind of
Orders?
reward are you
Ew.
talking about
My
here?
orders, and you
Lots
just
of
went
cash?
slightly
Like
ahead
that
of
yours
schedule
truly?
to kill these
solid
robots that we were going to do
gold
next,
motorbike?
the next
I think
hour.
the motor would melt a solid gold bike. Wow. Way to crush my hopes and dreams into dust, Mila.
Any gems you find on a mission are yours to keep. In addition, you may use the palace grounds as your base of operations.
What? That's not a reward. That's just picking up loose change. That's cleanup duty.
Carol, we need a place to stay.
Mental state
We
and
just
one with the
reload
weapon.
off Mila.
of course,
Besides,
too.
the money could help us rebuild our home.
Well,
I guess,
don't know
yeah,
about
she's literally
you, but
focusing,
I
so.
want to find the robot that trashed our house and kick its big, shiny metal butt.
She literally focuses. She gets a big, sigil all over her body, and
Our soldiers can
that's being in
transport
tune
all
with her
your
weapon
equipment
like that.
here
Yeah.
easily.
Oh, that'd be great. Just make sure they're wearing safety equipment.
Have we reached an agreement?
Ladies,
Hooray!
Magister,
We've hit the
accept
main
your
plot
offer.
device.
You render your world a great service.
I do love that the arrow from the first game is still in the column as well. It's a really nice touch. I swear there was probably... I mean, I know there was a lot of cutscenes from the first game. I swear there was a cutscene that explained, like, a flashback of how that got there, and it was, like, kept as, like, a honor of, like, some kind of battle that was occurring and stopped, but I cannot remember what the actual origin for that arrow is. If anybody could refresh me, I'd love to hear.
Nira, what's with these kids? Has the Magister lost his mind?
Ooh,
You are
angry.
in no position to question the Magister's judgment, Ascal.
Ah, also
Your
angry.
service has been invaluable to the kingdom.
Service? They're barely out of their diapers. What can they do that I can't?
Stop an alien
He saved
invasion.
us from the brink of a tri-kingdom war several years ago. He trusts them.
Well, do you?
Question to pontificate. I mean, Nira does trust them. She just... Nira trusts them, she just doesn't always like their methods. It's very much a moment of like, okay, if these three could stop dicking around and running off to the battlesphere every 5 seconds... If they make a third game, you'd be sad if it wasn't there. Oh yeah, I mean, that's gotta be there. It's like a permanent fixture at this point. Plus, it's also a good reminder for, like, this game has a very modern, what's this going for? A very modernized aesthetic, now that especially there's, like, skyscrapers everywhere and, big flashing lights and, all the stuff that makes it, like, modern / slightly past modern age. The arrow is a really good reminder of, the history of the land, where even in the first game, it was a wee bit outdated. It was still a reminder of the history of the kingdom. And then, especially if we go into even the further future for a hypothetical third game, then, like, it's gotta be there to, keep the roots of the city intact. I'm sure Nero wouldn't want to remove it either, because it probably added so much aura to the Magister's, chambers, and was like, this was something he decided to be here. I would not dare touch the Magister's precious arrow. I might consider buying Healing Strike, actually, in this playthrough. For everyone else, it didn't really seem like it was that worth it, but given that Nira has trouble dodging compared to everyone else, might not be bad. Pick up. Hey Proto, welcome. You're just in time. Where are we going first? Are we going to the Shy Lily airship, the big battlesphere of Not Doom, or are we going to pay King Dale a visit? That question was actually open to everybody, not just a Proto. So if you have a vote, please make your voice known. Ship fun. All right, you got one vote for the ship. Pick a different stage each playthrough. I don't remember either. Probably. By virtue of whatever. Yeah, well, let's go there first then. We'll start off with, we'll go see Corey and get introduced to Ah as well. Slightly speaking of snacks, I've been wanting to talk about this for a little bit. It's just a very minor point. Oh wait, no, I think I mentioned it a while ago. Where I was mentioning where it's like there's artificial sweetener called Advantame, which is apparently like several hundred times sweeter than sugar, but it doesn't have any strange different tastes compared to stuff like aspartame or stevia. It just tastes like sugar purportedly. But and I really wanted to try it. I could buy it, but it would cost like $150 for 100 milligrams. It would be hella not worth it. Like, you can only buy it from chemical manufacturers, and you know, while there is a strong desire to actually stand by my science and test what is purported, the fact that it's not, it's commercially available, but not in the meant for consumer sense. Yeah, it's maybe not the right time to go and purchase that. It'd be way too expensive, not worth the purchase. Okay, well, didn't dodge any of those shots. I'm pretty sure I got hit by every single one of those, so... It's very tricky to balance actually wanting to use my dodge with the fact that, you know, Nira actively will become weaker if you end up using her dodge too frequently. That stuff sounds like a scam. I mean, it's not a scam. It's like it is a documented chemical compound that, you know, has been like tested and does actually have, you know, that high sweetness potency. It's, you know, it's literally just that it is so... No one has made like a proper like commercial manufacturing process for it yet that drives the cost down. So it's like just not worth purchasing. It's literally at the current rate probably only meant for like, you know, testing, if you were like a snack maker or something, or like you're trying to actually do like a study, and you need to like feed rats this sugar or this sugar replacement. I think the price is yeah, okay. Aw, man, that guy is like slightly too high up. There's a glitch you can do with Nira on stages with bottomless pits. If you use Tundra Ray, as soon as you fall into a pit, Nira is permanently locked into the animation and you soar. Okay, interesting. That'll be a good way for me to get out of trouble when I inevitably find myself in trouble. Let's go this way. I don't think I have. And wrong way. Like how Nira has the marine tornado. Don't remind me. I don't need to be reminded of X2 tonight, Proto. Or Extreme 2 tonight, Proto. Thank you very much. Ooh, and she could take those guys down in one hit. Alright, Nira, new favorite character. I hate those spike ball jester things. They're so annoying, so defensive, and such a pain in the ass to take out with anybody else, but one good aerial landing is all it takes to take her down, take those guys down. I've got to use the downward attack a lot more. It's easily my most powerful option. Game was a cognito hazard. Yeah, it sure was. I don't know, I would prefer... Like, I've heard the term cognito hazard before. Like, I reserve that term exclusively for things that are like, oh no, like, you're never going to permanently be the same. Like, you're going to have actual mental scars from it. I mean, funny that that's the one thing that I choose to not be exaggerative about when, like, otherwise I'm very much in favor of hyperbole. But I don't know, I guess for me, whenever I'm thinking of the word, it feels a little, bit pointed to use, you know? Not that I'm saying you can't, but... Yeah, no, I mean, I agree. That game has, I loosely agree. That game has influenced me for the worse. Why would you not use the cool zero downward-looking attack? You see, this is because I'm an idiot, and I cannot remember that I have the cool zero downward attack. George of the Jungle 2015 counts as an incognito hazard? A little bit. It certainly shoves enough the writer's barely disguised fetish within the material to feel that way. A Columns joke? Like, do you mean like the hit Genesis video game Columns? If so, nice deep cut. I played that a lot as a kid. Alright, I need to get a close-up of her being stuck sprite. That's kind of funny. Nothing is quite as good as Lilacs getting stuck in a block sprite, but this is a close second. She looks a little bit surprised to be stuck in there. She kinda mad, though. Nira always be kinda mad, though. It's like saying, oh, it looks like Carol's running off again. You know, it's just another Tuesday, essentially. Just gonna leave that guy be. He's not hurting anyone. Hey, Chris. Like, oh, you like seeing me in the block like this, don't you? Maybe a little.
What's the bot that trashed our house? I think the time for talk has passed. Cut the head off a snake and the body dies.
Maybe just so that way she has to cool down a little bit. Haha. Oh, I'm kind of just getting the fact that they, Nira gets to be the hothead of the group while also being the one in with ice powers. That took me an embarrassingly long time to piece together, given that I've played this game and the first game back to back. Alright, that does good damage. Get him into his next phase. Ow. Aw, damn it. This whole use the double damage rune challenge is backfired on me. Ice Lasso is Toe Lasso. Amazing. Good job. Give myself that damage buff soon. Oh yeah, I already... Wait a minute. I bought the damage plus potion. Why didn't I put it on before this? Oops. Right, that. Right, wasn't perfect, but got the job done.
You fought well. Too bad you're on the wrong side.
Ooh, spicy line. Revenge on Lilac's house.
So the criminal
Not Squidward's
mastermind
house,
has been
though.
revealed. You're under arrest, child.
You broke my buddy! My friend! How could you? We were just having fun!
Desist with the tantrum and tell me your objective. Why did you attack this?
Oh yeah, her
museum?
pose is also
Even
very
know how
Zero
long
too.
it
She
took to
literally
fix the
turns to the
microphone
screen and
racket.
puts her sword
I
away.
spelled
It's
I
literally
never
X6.
the amplifier, so I could
Shit.
eliminate all the IR interference and use it right from the control pad. And it had a flush mount and a high data IR encoder and a microsensor audio
He's
and
like,
wide
what
angle
is?
reception and a
This
breakdown
child
rate
brings up
too.
no
And I
good
can even
points
use it in the
whatsoever.
sub because usually
He's
IR
clearly not the
interference is
mastermind behind all of
unbearable.
this.
Wake up, you buffoon!
Nira!
What is it, General?
Yeah,
I'm
fun when
trying
elemental
to
powers
focus.
contrast with the
It was a
character you
bunch of
use
dang
them. You
sky
say as you
pirates
create
what
yet
stole
another fire
Tengu.
character
Their
with an
airship's
energetic
over the seaport
personality.
right now, but we can't bring it
You should
down.
create a
You
fire
have the
character that
might
has a
of an
very
entire
laid-back
naval fleet behind you.
personality,
Must I do everything?
because that way they like using their fire for
Suppose
comfort
I
and to like
must.
roast
Stay
food.
calm. I will be inbound shortly.
Dummy, 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 dummy! You fell for it!
Oh, and she got rage baited from that too. She got mad. But yeah. Alright, no, this is good. I will, I think I will purposefully try to slow down more in my, playthrough with Nira. Try to be a little bit more deliberate, more Mega Man-like in my, my gameplay. Granted, I will have to do this fast one day if I want the achievements, but today is not that day. Alright, Lynn, she has the least notable, rocket riding pose. Fair enough. She takes it seriously. No surfing like Lilac, no pouncing like Carol, no looking adorable like Mila. Just, nope, serious, all business. It's alright. It's alright. We had the cuteness overload in Mila, so that way we can have the serious character in Nira. She is the oldest one of the group, after all. Here. I just realized I forgot to put on the damage boost again. Hey, you know what? Let me just do that real quick. Because we're at the beginning of the stage. Back up, give me that. Cool. Alright, there we go. Yeah, they're all definitely based on her crouch poses, of course, but I like referring to it as their rocket riding pose, because for the most part, you're probably not going to be crouching in this game. There's only so much reason to do so. Played Columns when I was a kid, didn't really vibe with that game, more of a Tetris guy. I mean, I kind of remember vibing with the Columns Sega Genesis game as a kid, but, you know, I also barely remember, like, if I was playing well or if I was just playing by pressing buttons, you know. I remember I vibed a lot more with, what was it? It was like Tetris Puzzle or something like that. It was some, like, explicitly puzzle-based, or puzzle-centric Tetris game for, like, the Game Boy Color. It had, like, several, like, levels to go and do that. It might have been a Tetris Attack variant. I'm not quite so sure. It's been too long. I don't have the game anymore. It was one of those things my dad actually owned, and, I just, you know, happened to be playing on his Game Boy when, you know, he no longer had a use for it as an adult. You know, he got boring. He became an adult. He stopped playing video games. Sad. Okay, well, that's not the right direction then. Come here. Man, I want to stab you! There we go. Did you have a fire character that doesn't hothead? Good! You know how to diversify. Hooray! I forgot that guy just blows himself up. Puyo Puyo was inspired by Columns. Without Columns, there'd be no Puyo Puyo. Like 50 base damage during focus. Okay, kind of funny that the fists count as doing that. Forget what's on the top route, but I would like to explore it now. I think it was maybe just like an item or something. Oh wait, hold on. I need to have my jump ready. Okay, Nira does not really have the hops to get up there, so we're just gonna ignore that. Sure, you probably need jump potion to get up there with her. Yeah, I don't really have much Puyo Puyo experience, so I don't really have anything necessarily heartfelt for it. I don't have anything necessarily against it either. Just one of those things where I'm just like, I don't. It was past me. I past my time playing games of that kind of genre, so I have nothing really to say about it. Oh, wait, right? No, I'm supposed to wait for the rockets. Forgot. I almost jumped to my death. Near spin animation, like in her, like that? Ow! Or, like, one when she's, like, going down, like, an incline or something. Or this one. Nira does a lot of spins, it seems. When she's getting shot out of a cannon. Okay, I'll be sure to actually look more closely at that next time. Like that, smash this guy down. Smash this. Cool. So speaking of older games, I actually did spend some of my time on Sunday. You know, because I needed a break after last week, which, you know, last week was very fun. Had a lot of streams, had a lot of great streams, and had a lot of fun drawing Mega Man OCs and talking about chemistry and stuff. But I needed time to just kind of relax and just kind of veg out on my own. I happened to actually start playing a game, an old open source roguelike that I have not played in a very long time. I used to play it on like my old Windows 7 laptop. That's how long it's been. It was a game called, the full name is Iter Verhemens ad Nessem, which is Latin, and it just stands, it abbreviated as Ivan. It's kind of it's a roguelike game kind of in like the truest sense of the word, where it's like actually like the game Rogue being a dungeon crawler kind of thing. That is also permadeath. And it's very much brutal. It kind of has like the RL craft mechanics slash, you know, actual rogue-like mechanics of, you know, like if you have a certain total of health, but you're very prone to just like getting your head chopped off because your head has only so much health, and that's an instant death if that happens, or your limbs might get dismembered, that kind of thing. The game is not quite as tough as I remember it. I was actually able to make progress, though, and get out of, like, the first cave area. The whole plot of the game is that, like, at least starting off, is that, like, you're basically a, well, you're a slave on an imperial banana farm, so that's a great that's a great mood to start off with. And you're tasked to, like, talk to the governor or whatever of like the mainland that your fucking colony slave driver is on, and like deliver a message being like, the taxes are too high, stop taxing me. And I think the guy your content kind of dismisses like the whole taxes thing is a little bit bullshit, but like, you know, employs you with the church afterwards. There's a lot of fun stuff to actually be had in the combat of that game.
Explain yourself.
It's very normal and direct with like just, you know, simple attacks, but like you get cool weapons you can find like between like ivory maces, or like I found like a burning banana that's apparently like some kind of sigil of the gods or something. I can also use it to shoot fireball, which is pretty cool.
We're here to steal it back.
Lies.
It's a fun game, I'd recommend it. Plus there's like a lot of mods for it.
He will decide its fate.
Drone's the property of the Royal Magister. Oh, wrong thing to say, Nira. You just said that, Corey. You don't need to say that again. I mean, I know it's fun, but... alright. What the fuck is Corey's first fight again? I don't even remember how to do this. Okay, you could just freeze him. Freeze her. That's funny.
Someone sure gets pulled up.
Where did my tornado go? Oh, right, because I was out of focus. Ugh. I do not remember how to fight Tori. This is probably going to take a couple tries. I only remember how to fight her second phase. Damn it. I know she comes down for her gun attack there, but I always forget what the order is. And did that too early. Gonna come do a bunch of other attacks. Going to bounce on this thing. Bounce backwards. Do another one of those. Oh, I pressed the button like 2 seconds late. You tried playing this old open source roguelike called Powder for the GBA, but you struggled a lot because you're a meathead. I'd never heard of that. Could be interesting to try at some point. What was it kind of like? What was the gameplay loop like for that one? Okay, doing a bunch of jumping and do that. Gonna do one more of those. Now she's gonna start shooting, and of course I'm outranged. Right, be deliberate about my attacks. And just completely miss. Good job, me. And have the freeze do nothing to Corey? Okay. There we go.
Nice try.
Strategy games are kind of your weak point, especially games made by no Tecmo, it's not Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, I mean, I do okay at strategy games, but like I tend to get caught up in things like the intricacies of things. Intricacies. Like I can do fairly well on like Civ 6. But like only in like normal or slightly above normal difficulty. Past that, I just can't do it. And Civ 5 is like too much for me. I just can't do Civ 5 effectively at all. I'll try 20XX, 30XX at some point. You know, it's on the list, right?
I must
I've been meaning to get to that.
for a wildcat.
But look! Pango's back!
Top-down and grid-based.
I guess
I
that's
like top-down grid-based type games. There's actually a top-down grid-based game I've been meaning to try to play again. I mentioned it before. It was kind of like along all the when I was talking about like the Lego Flash games. I really want to play Lego Spybotics: The Nightfall Incident again. That is a top-down strategy game that I really, really wish someone would come out with like a spiritual successor to that. It is the only game which I've ever seen tie your healing to your movement, where you need to move to regain health, and the more health you have, the more space you take up, so the bigger target you are, but also, like, you know, the more health you have, so the less likely you are to die. So you have to, like, actually really pay attention to your positioning, your exact pathing, stay in and out of, like, you know, enemy AI attacks. It's really solid. Like, really, really good. It has no right being as good as it is for a dinky Lego Flash game to promote some kind of toy line.
Hey, the museum
I've seen there's a couple of re-releases people have made, either like a full recreation in Java or like an HD recreation in Java, or as its own separate release, Or there's like one bootleg ass version on Steam that they have like level creators that you can like use to download levels and stuff. So I'm really looking to try and give that a shot at some point.
I'm totally okay with that. I'd hate to fight that thing again. Though I kind of miss riding it.
I've informed the Magister of today's events. That woman is
Point
now
being,
on
if
the
you haven't
official
played
Terror watch
Spybotics
list
The
for
Nightfall
all of
Incident,
Shang-Chi.
I would highly recommend trying it out.
Probably for the best.
For the best? That's my sister we're talking about.
The watch list is designed with the safety of Shang-Chi and its citizens in mind.
Yes,
Your
Nira.
frankly
Keep citing,
nebulous familial
keep
ties
citing
don't
Law and
even
Order.
come
Be
into it.
lawful good.
Whatever.
Can't believe our ports got hammered by the Sigwata. Those sky pirates must operate at Perusa. Pengu must have been real important. Did you clear the museum? Alright, so nothing particularly important. For Nira. Or Nira specific, at least. Still managed to put one over the Mankey Paw. I mean Sergeant, so get something good out of this at least. Okay, so he slightly changed his dialogue. Magister, you got anything to say to me? Your most noble Frost Knight? In hindsight, perhaps we should have secured Pengu within the confines of the palace. Nevertheless, I believe having such a rare artifact be available for public viewing to be important. I agree as well. Please guide the others when taking on field missions. Your aptitude for leadership is exemplary, and I trust your judgment. Yippee! Oh, the Magister likes me. Woohoo! Anyone else got interesting things to say? Oh, I would love to have a couple more gems, though, thank you. Purchasing vampirism will probably be very useful. Play that game someday. That game's now on your wish list. Which one? 30XX or Mighty Gun Vault? Get Pengu back. Yes, machines are great. Okay, we already did all this under Lilac. Yeah, the racist kid. What's Lilac got to say to me? Felt good to finally get back at that robot who trashed our treehouse. It's too bad we didn't catch the one controlling the robot, or the one calling the shots from the airship, for that matter. Yeah, we didn't catch a lot of things. Kind of a shame. We're not exactly good at this hero thing yet. Whatever nasty things you've become are out there, I know you can get through it, and if you can't, I'll be around to help you. Okay, thank you, Lilac. Mila, so we beat up a kid genius inside its gooey... What? We beat up a robot with a kid genius inside its gooey center, and then we found out there are 2 Carols? Our lives are strange. I hope the little guy's okay. Maybe we shouldn't have broken his friend. Well, you didn't have any hesitation in your playthrough either, so... your hands aren't clean either, Mila. Mighty Gun Vault and its spin-off Azure Striker. Yeah, I want to get to the Mighty Gun Vault games as well at some point, too. I mean, they are basically Mega Man-likes, so... Of course. Which one next? Battlesphere or, King Dale? Got a couple options. Oh yeah, I also had a note here. I started playing the that Ivan game again, actually because I tried to play Dwarf Fortress's adventure mode, and then remembered that Dwarf Fortress's adventure mode is way too complicated. Like, they put like a million mechanics right at your face, or right at your feet at the jump, and it is overwhelming. Not going to, I didn't even want to give Dwarf Fortress really a shot. I made my characters, and then I got spawned into the world, and the tutorial boxes came through everything, and it was just like, oh my god, there's literally way too many menus here for me to possibly navigate. I read all the text boxes too, but they just like, you know, it was overwhelming. I can't really do it. Like, yeah, I thought, you know, like, oh, you know, the default Dwarf Fortress thing, you know, where, like, you're meant to actually control a colony, that's going to be too complicated for me. But surely the adventure mode would be simpler for me, right? Right? No. No, in fact, it's still way too goddamn much. I'm shocked that anybody ever found the games, like, to be, you know, really digestible. It's kind of a lot to take in. I'm going to put on 1 healing strike, and we'll see how that works out for me. still, like, I appreciate, you know, what Dwarf Fortress, like, Dwarf Fortress's, like, legacy and the fact that it's so influential for people. But definitely more than I could possibly hope to chew on and actually do something with. It's a shame, too, because, like, I like the idea of games like Dwarf Fortress and RimWorld and, like, actually coming up with, or managing your colony and watching them do stupid shit, or, like, you know, having to take on big dangers, like, uh-oh, the giant enemy crocodile is engaging on your location, and Betty is too busy, you know, submitting her pigs into mud wrestling contests to actually stop the problem. You know, whatever dumb shit that happens in those games that you constantly see in, like, people's highlights of the games. I would like to have that experience, but just trying to even play the games, I'm just like, okay, I am too caveman brain for this, apparently. I thought I could be a little better, but, nope, too much. Mighty Gunvolt also made by the same devs as Mega Man Zero as well. Oh yeah, I remember that. It's like Inti Creates basically just like, hey, this Mega Man Zero thing is cool. How about we like continue to work on it just under like a slightly different name? Good old Inti Creates. Whenever you see their name on a game, it's pretty good guarantee of being something quality. Niagara Falls. Yeah, I mean, sort of. I mean, there are many waterfalls in the world. Niagara Falls chooses to be your touchstone, then so be it. Surprisingly, for being American, I've never actually made my way over to Niagara Falls. I think at some point I would like to go and see, you know, one of the closer natural wonders near me, but in due time, I guess. One day I'll make my vacation to near Canada, and it'll be my time. Counterpoint Galgun. Did Inti Creates make Galgun? Ugh. Well, no one's perfect. there's bound to be a black mark on everybody's resume. And in and out, and open that up. Give me a Bravestone. In Niagara Falls, it was neat, I guess. I mean, yeah, I understand it's basically big waterfall. I've seen big waterfall before. Like, I've been in Hawaii. You know what, honestly, this was probably cooler than going to Niagara Falls. I think I mentioned this before, but, like, there was a point in Hawaii where, because my dad once lived in Hawaii, where, like, we were able to go to, like, some natural park that, what am I talking about? Natural park? National park, I think? Where, like, there was the opportunity to kind of, like, hike around the area, and you were allowed to hike up the trail, and at the top there was a waterfall that, or at least the top of a waterfall that you could, you know, explore and be up on, and, like, get your feet in the water and just walk up there, and everything. And, like, it's kind of cool because this waterfall, there wasn't any particular safety restraints there. There wasn't like anything preventing you from, say, making a scene and jumping off the waterfall, either because you're a, you know, booze-fueled American and think you can totally make it down without getting yourself hurt, or you know, for other worse purposes. But it makes for a very breathtaking kind of experience. Like, the fact that you can just get that up close and personal with a waterfall like that is really cool. So that's something that probably this place had well over Niagara Falls. I doubt that they allow tourists to stand up on the edge of the waterfall over there. This guy's so slippery. Come on. There we go.
Nice try.
But I actually made a part-time on that one. Nice. Zachy must go now. Oops, I missed that. Sorry. Bye, Zachy. Have a good one. Unfortunately, they made Galgun. Yeah. Galgun's okay. It's clearly made for a certain target demo. Yeah, it's, you know, a little bit on the, very horny, but doesn't want to actually play a, erotic game. Explicitly erotic game kind of genre. Not my thing. You know, I need to separate business and pleasure. Unless the game's really good, in which case, then, you know, the game itself can be great. And then the other thing can be enjoyed separately, at a different time. Never been to Hawaii. I mean, it'd be a good experience to go try at some point. You know, I enjoy Hawaii as a vacation destination. I don't really enjoy it as a place to live. It's probably blasphemy for a lot of people, but I think that it's just flat out too hot in Hawaii. Even with all the nice sea breeze, I can't stand it personally. Tragedy! Think of all those museum exhibits in Shangtu filed. Says tumultuous artistic process. Hey, actually, tell me, do you entranced by the energy diverted from the space? Okay. Don't you have anything to say about Nira herself? No? Okay, you don't have any weird compliments for her? Fair enough. Water in Niagara Falls, I think, has a weird property where in some parts you just fall through it and can't even float. That might not be there, just other places. Enjoyed visiting Toronto more than Niagara Falls. I mean, I think the, I think the whole thing about, like, not being able to swim in certain places where you can't even float on stuff, has to do with, like, the same reason as why... Okay, sorry, I got stun locked. Why do I get earth elemental damage to enemies? I use ice attacks. Whatever. I guess there isn't explicitly an ice element in the rest of the game, so. But I was saying it's kind of like how there's also like sewage treatment plants where like a lot of the water there is aerated. So not only if you fall into one of the treatment tanks, you're going to be drowning in sewage, or be middle of treatment sewage, you're also not going to be able to escape very well because it's so aerated, the density is low, and you're going to sink a lot easier. And whoop, spin! There we go.
King Dale.
The sun hasn't even set yet. Seems like these infernal devices are useful after all.
Oh, don't
So,
act like
he
this
sent
kingdom's
you, did
entirely
he?
traditional, Dale.
Very well. We need you to track down a thief. A large portion of our weapons and steel reserves.
What a
have
sewer without
mysteriously
negative
vanished.
15-degree winters?
No, I am
Yeah,
not imagining
that's
things.
a perk.
If what you say is true, then I must question the competency of your
Oh
guards.
wow, Nira's really
Have they
saying
been interrogated
everybody here
properly?
sucks.
My people swear they saw nothing. This trickery is
Maybe
not
your
of our
guards
own
are
making.
mid, dude. Have you ever
Anyway,
considered that?
We believe the supplies were taken north, but I don't want to send my soldiers out there until we know who or what we're dealing with.
And the first time you heard about some
Nervous as
madman
I
who
see.
drove into one of those and
Very
died.
well.
Ugh.
I suppose I can look into this
What a
matter
terrible
while
way to
I'm
go.
here.
Yeah, I mean, to not have negative 15-degree weather would be kind of nice, honestly. I mean, it doesn't really happen often where I live, though it's still possible. And I mean, I'm surely used to it. That's the whole Chicago
Well,
experience,
A
so
little late for an evening stroll, don't you think?
not that bad.
Magister sent
Well, I'm more used to it anyways. I
Knows
prefer
anyway.
having that.
You could use a bloodhound on
Okay,
your team.
let me put it this way. If I could trade to get negative
Or
15-degree winters to have summers that max out at 70 degrees, I would trade that.
I'm
I'd
not
be
your
more fine with that. Unfortunately, I've
This
always
is
lived
a
in places of the world
mission,
where
not
it's
a playtime swallow.
extremely freezing during
Fine.
the winter and
Split up,
extremely
cover
hot
my
during the
ground.
summer.
So,
Awful.
the sit rep.
Snow's literally foreign to you, so you've been dreaming to go into the North Pole like Finland or
Tag along if
Norway.
you must, but don't get
Snow's
involved.
kind of fun. It's
Fine.
always
Let's get
one of those
this over
things where it's just like, snow is Snow's nice until you have to live with it. It's a cool winter phenomenon to see and be like, wow, there's other solid stuff coming from the sky, and I can make snowballs. This is so cool, and it's fluffy. Yay! But then it is like, well, shit, now I gotta trudge my way over to work while it's extremely hot or extremely cold out, and there's tons of snow on the ground impeding me. Or there's, like, you know, there's a blizzard going on, or I have to get my car out of the driveway. Like, yeah. Snow is fun until you have to live with it. Alright. Just doing the guard trial again in case they want to tell me anything for Nira. I don't think they are. You can guard no sign situation. Yeah, okay. No mention of the fact that, sorry, this is going to drain your, this is going to drain your resources really quickly. Stab. And nice combo. I do like that Nira's speed boost is very straightforward. It's literally just press the attack button. Or press and hold it, I guess. It's not as, like, say, contextual as Carol's speed boost is, where it's like, well, she can't really speed boost until she finds a cliff to be on. Or she kind of can with a pounce, but the pounce is only so effective. It only boosts you so much. Ow. You live in the North Pole, countryside near a city. Guess you're tied with heat and rain in your country. Yeah, understandable. The tropics, Southeast Asian tropics would not be my cup of tea either. Nira only takes half damage and won't flinch if she's hit during most of her attacks. Oh, that's nice to know. See, I am glad that I came to this tutorial. Okay, so Nira is actually just built for ludicrous aggression, then. I guess just having the double damage stone on kind of makes it a little less, or quite a lot less durable. Oh, fucking hell. I don't think a triple one of the, or one of those with like, I don't think a tri-directional lip fire machine monster appears in any other point in the game. I think that's literally only in this tutorial to be extremely annoying. Yeah, I mean, I've always thought about, like, I thought it would always be nice to kind of live, like, yeah, in somewhere like Finland, Norway, and Denmark being maybe the most southern or equatorial place I'd want to go. I don't really think I would miss the sun during the winter too much, not gonna lie. I mean, maybe I'd probably get sick when it's like, oh man, it's like negative 20 Celsius outside, and I'm going to die, but, you know, I'll take that one as it comes. At the very least, it then becomes a culture of like, oh, okay, I don't have to go outside during the winter. Nobody wants to go outside during the winter. I'm not going to be judged for it. Evasive little bastard. Oh, okay. Still keep going to the left. Your country is either really hot. Wait, what? Really hot that a VTuber said. Hellishly hot or mildly cold with heavy rain. Not entirely sure what you exactly meant to say there, but yeah, either hellishly hot or with tropical rain. Yeah, that would get really sickening really quickly. I mean, having lived in Chicago my whole life, I know some of what it can be like to be extremely hot as well as ludicrously humid. It's, oh, I've literally just stepped out of my door. I need a shower already. I need to go back inside. Whatever bullshit I was doing, that can wait. But yeah, I'm sure it is a lot worse in a country that is just entirely that climate instead of, oh, it's just really nasty during the summer.
Appears to be the remnants of that alien army.
Whatever. I'll just give him a one-way ticket home, courtesy of the 100-hook punch. Let's make like math tutors and divide the numbers.
That line never gets any better, Ascal. Eventually your eyeballs become hardened to the cold because they're frozen, and you just get used to it. I mean, you theoretically always have the option of also walking in with, like, ski goggles on, too, you know? That's pretty good at protecting your eyes during the cold. Yeah, I don't know. I'm completely fine with layering up because I can always infinitely layer up or find some kind of protective wear for how cold it is or the wind's getting in my face. There's no solution to that in the summer. Just genuinely none. You are dying and you are sweating and you are dehydrating and you're sticky and you're miserable. Like, especially from the perspective of, like, I am somebody who literally gets sweaty sitting in his chair. Like, within 2 hours of just sitting in my chair, my face has a veritable oil slick on it. Like, it is genuinely, like, almost, you know, comedy TV show, like, teenager levels of oil on my forehead. And everything else also getting really sweaty, too, just by virtue of minimal movement and existence. Like, I get very warm even just talking on stream for 2 hours in a row. Without even a whole lot of movement. Like, I can feel there's a small buildup of sweat on me right now, and it's kind of gross, but... So, like, I desperately cannot stand the summer as a result. It's just way too much for me, because even during the winter, everything is too much for me. Like, even a day of, like, 75 Fahrenheit outside with, like, you know, a good wind is still too much for me. So I will take the winter cooling me off any day. Must be your Southeast Asian genes. Yeah, true. I mean, you know, I've got some of the Japanese genes in me, but they don't really seem to express themselves that way. I think my Italian body hair takes over.
Lee of the Royal Army of Shang-Tu.
I'm sorry, I did not understand. This is Lieutenant Mira Lee of the Royal Army of Shang-Tu. Did you mean...
That's a joke that works in text.
Absolutely.
Enemies detected.
Intruder, absolutely. Nice. Stab. Stab. Mira's actually got quite a good matchup against this thing, given that it has... She doesn't have a whole lot of vertical height herself, but her attacks sure as hell do. There we go. Easy. High 80s in direct sunlight. Damn, I'm jealous. I wish that could be me instead. Too late to take another bath if you start sweating again right after you just touch one. I mean, yeah, I don't literally do that. I mean, if I shower and then I go out and do an errand and it's way too sweaty and then I come back, yeah, I'll take.
And what about your
like,
partner?
The pup's keeping watch outside. I'm here to help you search the place. Or punch things.
You guys call it autumn or fall? I guess by default I would go with fall. But, I mean, I'll do either, really.
My search for Princedale's thief has revealed a remnant contingent of Brevon's robot forces.
What? He's back?
It's too early to say. I will investigate further when I am more prepared. Keep this information between us for now. There is no need to create a panic until we know exactly who we're dealing with.
You sure about that? This sounds like something.
Nice departure from the main storyline where everybody suddenly knows, but it's literally just, okay, Nero just gets to know now, as well as Gong. The issue with cold weather is your weak immune system and the cold just makes it worse. I guess, yeah, cold can, like, make, you know, you more susceptible to catching disease, but I don't know, overall, in my experience at least, like, the seasons do not really affect my, how diseased I'm going to get. If anything, I end up more diseased in summer because it's like, well, now I am contractually or socially obligated to go outside and do things with people. And oh great, now there are crowds everywhere. So it's just the higher density of people during the warmer months. Makes it that way I get sick more often. Meanwhile, during winter, it's like, oh good, no one's out here. Everyone's leaving me alone. This is wonderful. Friend in Australia's joking they didn't know what a fall is. I mean, I don't know, they might not be joking. Australians don't even know how to say no. They go, nar. So it's entirely possible they've just never heard of fall. It's probably the British, too. Like, they probably... I mean, I don't know what they call it, but... if I had to guess, they probably call it autumn, and they don't really hear fall as a term very much. I know fall is largely a, It is somewhat North American regional. So it wouldn't entirely surprise me if your Australian friend actually had no idea what autumn was, or what fall was. You solve the problem of disease by not having many real-life friends and generally staying away from crowds for the most part. Yeah, I do that too, until it's time for me to actually go out and, you know, have my reunion with my real-life friends. In which case, it's like, well, shit, now we're going outside and we're doing things. That, or they were outside and they were doing things, and so now they're going to spread it to me. Very nasty. Honestly, disease is also one of those main reasons why I actually don't want children. Like, yeah, children are disgusting vectors for disease that will put basically anything in their mouths and then say they want to tell you a secret and cough directly into your fucking lungs. Like, they're disgusting. So I kind of don't want to be around kids, partially just for that reason alone. Having my own little hellion doesn't sound like a great time for multiple reasons, but yeah, I would get sick from them constantly. Because I remember, I'd get sick constantly in school too, even though I was a fairly, at least I thought I was a fairly hygienic child. At least by the age of, like, you know, 6 or 7, I didn't, like, start, like, I wasn't putting shit in my mouth anymore. I was, like, being sure not to touch my face after, like, I was, you know, out in public, and touching pieces of, you know, like, bus handles and shit like that. But I guess all the other mouth breathers around me were not that hygienic, so I would constantly be sick, and I'd be bringing that home to my parents all the time. And it's gross. Kids are disgusting. I just wish that we had some automated system to raise our children in that didn't involve human contact. I wish it was socially acceptable to not give you know, skinship to your kid and just wear a fucking hazmat suit the entire time that they're around until they're, like, old enough to be, you know, sentient or an actual human being. Ugh. Got sick at work because of an unwashed child. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, exactly. It's one of those things. You maybe weren't that gross of a kid, but still being a kid is the right class in and of itself. Oh, what did I just do there? Baton drive? Okay, that's the upward attack. Gotcha. Hammer drive, sniper drive? Okay, that's the brief window between making those two different attacks. Alright. Hit that coworker from hell. Yeah. Hey, you, let me go. Come on now. We've been through this song and dance. Yeah, Nira's interesting to play so far. I mean, I keep mentioning my thoughts on her, but it's the best way I'm currently feeling like playing Nira is like playing a character that is not from Freedom Planet in Freedom Planet. Like, she very obviously is a Freedom Planet character, but like she is mechanics that are very largely like slow, methodical, combat focused rather than blasting through stages. She has speed abilities to kind of keep her in line with things, but she's not nearly as just like, okay, I'm gonna just absolutely cause chaos, or I'm gonna run past everything. It's kind of more like playing Knuckles and Eggman in Sonic Adventure 2 in a weird roundabout way. Especially also the fact she has, you know, she has gun and good gun that doesn't run out of ammo and is more range than Mila's. It's nice. It's a fun change of pace. I imagine getting the speedrun achievements as her is probably a little bit of a pain in the ass, though. Drive. No. Ah, yes, this gone. Oh, I got two of them. Nice. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Hell yeah.
Thank you for holding.
Yeah, sorry, Syntax. I don't think you're gonna do so hot in this fight. Come on, eventually I'll spam the attack that hits this. There we go. And there we go. Easy. Nice combo. Thank you. Definitely was intentional. It was not just me button mashing.
You fought well. Too bad you're on the wrong side.
Ooh. Nira looks cool with that green toxic glow on her. That's a nice effect. You should combine colors more often, Nira. And then, of course, time for everybody's favorite ineffective bastard.
Come on! I don't have all day!
No! Shut up!
Fine! Then by the will of Lord Brevin, I sentence you to death!
Lady Mira!
Hand over that robot! I, General Serpentine, command it!
General, it's as I feared. Brevin has returned. Ready the troops.
That's right!
Jumping the gun a little bit.
Tremble in fear. Once Lord Brevin returns, I'll be nothing but a pitiful smear on the shattered remnants of this wretched planet!
Cancel that, General. I spoke too soon. The situation is contained.
What? But I already...
Not to worry, General. We just have a LARPer on our hands. He thinks that he's all that.
You give me the robot, and I
Love it when girls glisten with a toxic green glow from the nearby waist. True.
No.
Fine! Then
It's a very nice, How do we... What would the adjective form of emerald be? Emeraldic? Because I'm trying to make a joke on sapphic energy, but I don't really know if there's a good term for to bastardize that. That's also fun. Her ice barrier seems to be able to have some reflective properties as well. Uh-oh, Serpentine's actually getting hits in. This ain't good. What just happened to my audio? And I disconnected from the game? Okay, great. What's happening? My audio just went out, and so did my mouse. Game? Everything? Hello? The stream is still going, and my mic's still on. The game is not gaming. Hold on. Quit to map. I said quit to map. It's not the enter key? Why is it not the enter key? Okay, are you sure? Yes. Okay. Turn my controller back on? That was weird. Okay. I don't know. Must have had a random power surge moment or something. Sorry if the audio kind of filtered back to you through my microphone there for a second. Yeah, game audio just died. Okay, you guys are a little bit behind on the stream, but yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, we're back to things. Maybe you could be the first. Yeah, I should be just, setting up new etymology left and right here. This is my final Freedom Planet 2 playthrough. What game are you planning to play next Tuesday? Well, I don't think we're going to be finishing the game tonight, but the game we're going to be playing after Freedom Planet 2 is Cave Story. Ow! Okay. Yeah, okay, so Serpentine, ironically, Serpentine has hands when fighting Nira. Nira does not have a very good solution to deal with projectiles, nor does she have like a invincibility button like Mila or like Nira, like Lilac has. Still, just a matter of actually with good timing and skill. Won't actually be that bad. Oh, I was really hoping that the barrier would reflect his rocket back at him. That would have been funny as hell. And get the fuck out of here. Alright. Yeah, Serpentine shot my fucking audio processing unit with his gun. He took the ultimate attack. He destroyed my stream. He did the thing where it's like basically your like little brother isn't winning at a given video game you're playing, so he just goes and unplugs your controller. Because, he's just a big cheaty pants. Okay, again, this is going to be an awkward one for Nira. She doesn't really have lots of dodging potential. Gonna force me to use focus a lot more than I want to. Nice. Ow. Ooh, that was good damage, though. You think you take extra damage from Nira's attacks? Why exactly? Serpentine doesn't exactly strike me as someone who'd be weak to ice, of all things. I mean, I guess stabbing a snake's pretty effective. That's a pretty sharp weapon, but... Serpentine claims a copyright strike. Oh, no. Which, actually, speaking of copyright strikes, it's always good for me to provide a routine reminder to my audience. If I ever get struck with weird copyright strike bullshit and I have to start taking things down from my channel, you have my full permission to just go ahead and record all of my old content to upload in bootleg format in the case that, you know, it happens. You do it at your own risk of running your own copyright issues, but, you know, if you all want to keep a separate archive, be my guest. I have my own archive too, but just in case, as an extra redundancy. That's right, Nero. What are you thanking Lilac for? She hasn't done anything in this playthrough. Ooh, yippee. I heard Serpentine was back. Find slimy little ash bowl, stuff him in a bottle, and turn him into snake wine? Alright, that's the guy who also doesn't have enough sleep. Thank you for your encouraging words, Lieutenant Nero Lee. Should you ever decide to return to Shuigong's forces, know that you have a place here. Oh, return to Shuigong's forces, I see. So she was also kind of like Gong, it seems. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. This is basically the Panda Kingdom. They must have all been kind of natives at some point. But I wonder why. I wonder why she and Gong decided to go over to, you know, to Shang-Tu. And actually, like, be the royal guards for the Magister instead of, you know, staying here. It's kind of neat. Lots of stuff that you can, lots of background character you can mine out of those two still. They're relatively underexplored. Oh, I really like Nira's turning around at high speed animation. That's good. Everybody else kind of like slides and tries to stop themselves in a really awkward fashion. Nira elegantly turns around and does a pirouette. Now that's class. That's style. All right, and Battlesphere time. Man, we're actually blazing through these this time around. Funny moments. Matter of time before somebody made a compilation of Crash's stream without permission, same styles as Family Guy compilations on YouTube. I mean, is that the worst thing? It's free advertising. The audio still shot? Oh, you guys didn't tell me again? Okay, sorry about that. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Now it's back.
Like we do? Then come on down to the Battlesphere for Mayhem Monday.
I thought it came back when the game came back as well.
Of our BattleBot Brigade, and don't forget about our knuckle-busting Battle Royale. Where fighters from all around the globe duke it out for a chance to win the grand prize. Are you bad enough to survive the Battlesphere?
Well, yeah, it did come back until just now when I reset things.
Me, Captain Kalau.
I didn't realize that it was not displaying on OBS until you guys said something a second time. I thought y'all were just continuing joking about Serpentine with the audio gun. I thought like it literally came back when I did my whole reset on my own.
Feline mind.
You want to see the Crash compilations just for the funny, overly serious comments? Just for somebody being like, I can't believe he was making a joke about I
Didn't
can't
you say you
believe
were
that he
looking for
made a
more
joke about the
fighters?
murder of
That's
87.
all.
I lost a
The
cousin in the
Kong
murder of
already-
87. It's so
The
not fair that he
champion
said
had
that
no
kind of
interest
thing.
in our battles. Something about
You would have said the
red
audio
wing
came
of
back.
justice
You know,
will
usually
not be
more
drafted
people,
into military service.
Usually the response is people scream and kick until the audio doesn't come
Thank
back.
you.
And
But
then
you
when no one
do
says
want his
anything when
help,
everything's
right?
going well.
So what
It's
if we
kind of
go
like
to the battle
the
sphere and win? Then he'll have
it's
to
kind of like the
reconsider.
opposite of the everything's okay alarm,
Fun!
you know?
I'm going to enter as Aleem, the masked
But you do
marauder
you.
with a mysterious past.
I would like to know if the robots in there are related to the ones we've been fighting.
Bite of 83.
I suppose.
No, that
this
one's
is
the
worth
actual
our
the bite of
attention.
87.
That's the spirit.
Button. Alright, Phoenix Highway. Oh, there should be some opportunity for good airtime. There's actually like a good amount of horizontal segment in this stage, so I can probably do some funny Nira speed boosting like that. This seems like it would be a good stage to actually meet part-time or get the speedrun achievement on Nira for. Of course, I actually knew the layout that well, that would be great. But, you know, that's the thing. Like, still part of the reason I enjoy Freedom Planet 2. I can play the game without having the layout exactly memorized by heart and still enjoy it, and it doesn't turn into a... Like, what do you mean you didn't remember there was a spiked caterpillar right there? Are you stupid? Kind of bullshit that the 2D Sonic games do. Or at least some of them do. Oh, this is something I meant to talk about a while ago, just as a little curiosity. A few weeks ago, I'm sure y'all probably heard that notorious tabloid publication TMZ said that they were going to start harassing politicians in Washington, which I was super down for, because if anybody deserves to not have their privacy respected and to basically be bothered at every living, waking moment of the day, it's American politicians. And to have TMZ on the case on that sounded like a godsend, but it kind of seems like they had maybe a couple of funny moments in the first few weeks, and silence. I was really hoping that they would get more fucking, you know, things done / people annoyed, but that seems to have kind of fizzled out like a fart in the wind. If anybody knows otherwise, I'd be happy to be proved wrong, but still kind of... It's disappointing. I was hoping for my government to be bothered, damn it. It was too much cringe for them. Yeah. Imagine. TMZ says, you know, you can handle all this celebrity drama, but... Oh, this drama up in Washington? Nah, too cringe for me. These people are just too weird. They have even less social skills than somebody who has spent their entire life in the lap of fame and luxury. I mean, the politicians probably spent their whole lives in the lap of luxury, but, you know, not the laps of fame. Or like infamy. Come on, can I get up there without having to... Okay, I have to run the wall. Wah. Yoink. And there we go, got that one. And then... Oh, didn't make that one. Gotta get these treasures. They're acting like teenage girls at a sleepover. Yeah, too bad. There isn't more of that. If the politicians would just fuck each other, we would be in a much better position. Unfortunately, that's not their MO.
I'm confiscating this.
Okay, can I please make the shot up until the upper right chamber? Yep, there we go. And that's all of them. Oh, I just noticed there was a drill up there that I missed. I never actually took that one. I don't think. In any of my playthroughs, I've always missed that one in the upper right. Ow. Fuck me for not skating along the ground, I guess. And now we get super cool near a fight because she gets to always skate on the ground during this one. She gets to make a ton of ice trail. Slam attack, slam attack, slam attack. Even more spammable than Cube Blast, Cube Blast, Cube Blast. Oh, you're not getting away. Ow. 5.5 minutes. That's pretty fast for this stage. Alright, we can get through Zhao Land, and that'll be the last thing for the night, I think.
This diversion gives us an opportunity to confirm our neighbor's strength. We are all in this together, after all.
Oh,
Have
a little
fun
bit of
storming
subterfuge.
the battlesphere! Takes me back.
Yeah, I guess I am learning something about these stages subconsciously. I must have gone through them enough times with everybody. 'Cause, wow, under 6 minutes on a stage feels remarkably fast for me. Usually I'm dicking around spending like 11 minutes or so. Of course, Zhao Land is a lot less linear than Phoenix Highway, so this might prove to be a bit of a little tougher. Oh, also, I did mention that I was probably going to start Sekiro Z next Monday, or I guess next Tuesday at this point, because of the rescheduling for Doom. But something's come up for Grim, and basically he'd like to be there for the stream, so I'll just do something else on Tuesday next week, a different Mega Man thing. I'll do one of my other things that I had in my grab bag. I'm not sure which one yet, but I'll, yeah, that's just to say that Sekiro C / D Extreme won't be until a little bit later. We'll have something else in between. Of the other things that I had on my list, I was considering, like, I wanted to do Rockman 3 Winter Night, the Burst Chaser-like hack. I wanted to do, Starman Game Boy, because that's been something, or Starman the Game Boy-esque version, that's been in my watch later for a while. Same thing with Mega Man Sunrise, that's on the list as well. And then another one was something that a remake of a fan game I played a long time ago when I was a kid, being Hard Hat Rebuilt. The original creator of the Hard Hat fan games rebuilt the original one in a much better engine, and I want to give it a try and see if it's actually a lot better, because I kind of remember only enjoying the third entry in that series. Didn't really remember enjoying the first two just because they were too janky to actually work with, but I mean, if it's got a remake now, then I mean, hell, that might actually be quite good. Yeah, I'll be doing the Doom stuff on Monday. Alright, launch me! Yippee! Launch me again! Do it faster! Yippee! Oh no. Come on, just get over there. There we go, Casino Night Zone. Also, Nira standing still to to skate the rail grind. Awesome. Wrong direction? You remember the original Hardhead games all had the stanky audio that permeated a lot of the pre-Leica engine fan games? Huh. Yeah, that was probably the case too. I think I probably just didn't really notice it so much when I was younger, just because, like, you know, stanky audio was just kind of the norm for the Windows XP era of unofficial things, so.
Interesting.
Right. I wanted to fly across, but then a building got in my way. Oh, she attacks so much faster when she's also going fast, too. It's wonderful. Oh, you could totally clear that gap as Nira if you were aiming for it. I bet there's an invisible wall up there, but it would be so much fun to just end up going right through it. She's asserting dominance while she grinds. She's aura farming. Pretty much aura farming just as well as Eggman does, which is a pretty tough feat to match. Eggman's got that aura grinding, aura farming 101 course going on, and all of his kids follow it very well. Sound, okay. What the fuck was that? And stab. Aura farming is just what they call asserting dominance now.
You're pathetic.
Yeah, no, largely you're right. he's right. I guess I just prefer aura farming because it doesn't necessarily invoke dominance, but it does kind of imply it, doesn't it? Well, anyways, oh, that's a lot of progress done with in just one night. That was almost the entirety of the first three missions done. If I just had a little bit more in me to get the battle sphere done, then that would be good. But it'd probably be then we could get the whole thing done. But I think I'm probably just better off getting to sleep early, honestly. I'm still tired even with my nap, extended sleep, whatever you want to call it, earlier this morning. So it'd probably just be better to get back into good practices. So I'm gonna call it there for the night. Thanks everybody for watching as always, keeping me company through cool ass game. You can look forward to the fact that we have the Ruby Spears Mega Man watch party in the Discord on Saturday around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern whatever time is currently the current one. So if that sounds fun to you, come join. We'll watch some stuff and we'll eat snacks probably. In the meantime, otherwise, you know, I have socials if you want to follow those. If you interact with the video, I don't think I can give you a cookie, but I can virtually send you a green heart emoji, so that's cool. Be sure to share this with the coolest customer you know, because they'll probably enjoy Nier's gameplay. And I think until next week, that's gonna do it for me. So have a good night, y'all. Good talking to you. Remember to Remember to freeze your enemies. That way you can look them in the eye as they regret the choices they made to get to that point. Okay, bye.